So a client just messaged me on WhatsApp and asked me a question. I can't click off and read the exact question, but it was along the lines of, how do I feel about just starting something? Because normally he waits for all his ducks to be in a row before he starts something. And I find this hilarious because I am someone that used to think I needed to figure something out. I needed to know. I needed to know the strategy. I needed to know exactly how to do it. I needed to buy a course on it, read books on it, see how other people are doing it. But often, to my surprise, the more I knew, the more confused I was, and I still hadn't moved forward. It was like I now intellectually understood and logically understood, but then I'd ended up with more questions than I had answers, because as I'd followed these thought processes in my mind of, right, I'll do this and that and this and that, but I don't know this and I don't know that, but who am I to do this? And maybe I'm going to need to do that. And before long, I'd be overwhelmed and would have talked myself out of whatever it is I was going to do. And I see this with people that, I've always dreamed of starting a business. But what about this? And what about tax? And what about that? And what if it fails? And what if it's like, fucking hell. No wonder you haven't started, because you've already created an imaginary future and then started living in the present as if it's true. And then your actions are, well, I'm not going to do it. Well, obviously. So what I said to him is, so if you just start something without knowing specifically what you're going to do, or without getting all your ducks in a row, I'm like, of course that's what you do. What other choice is there? Like, if you've got kids, did you see your child sat on the floor with a pen and paper, setting goals, positive affirmations, meditating on some idea of how am I going to walk? Trying to figure out how to walk, really analysing it, studying biomechanics. Okay, cool. So I need my quads to do this, my glutes to do that, my hamstrings to do that. Right, I need to engage my core. Right, I do some sit-ups for a while. They didn't do any of that fucking shit, did they? They just got up, tried it, and fell over. Got up, tried it, fell over. Got up, stayed a bit longer, fell over. Got up, took one step, fell over. You know the drill. One step turned into 2 steps, turned into 4 steps. And then suddenly, I don't know, 8 years into their life, they can do backflips, or they're doing gymnastics, or they're running around a pitch with a ball at their foot and somehow swinging their leg at it so the ball goes in the goal. Like, that's all we've ever done, is get in the game and trust that you will figure it out along the way. You'll make mistakes and you'll learn. Some things will go great and you won't even know why. Some things will go great and you'll think you know why. Some things will go shit and you won't know why. You'll learn, you'll grow, you'll evolve, you'll adapt. And at some stage, you'll realise, I'm actually quite good at this now. You get good at the things you practice. But if you are waiting to know everything you need to know, you'll be waiting forever. If you're waiting for your ducks to be in a row, they never will. If you're waiting to know the exact strategies, tactics, and figure it all out in advance, you'll either just be stuck or you'll be incredibly overwhelmed and anxious along the journey, which I don't think either is very enjoyable. So my suggestion, if this makes sense to you, is you get in the game and you just trust that moment by moment you'll know what to do. Listen to that wisdom, listen to that common sense, sit back and reflect and trust that you'll figure this out. Trust that moment by moment internal GPS will point you in the direction and things will become obvious to you, and you'll see things that you go, oh, you moron, that's really obvious. You'll see things as you progress. Because that's the thing with this innate wisdom, this I call it superconscious mind. Some people call it deeper mind. Some people call it something beyond that, Some people call it God. Some people call it the universe. Some people call it law of attraction. Whatever you want to refer to this part of ourself, this intuition, it's very, very good moment by moment. It's just not very good at trying to predict what may or may not be on your plate tomorrow. And it's also not very good at trying to delve back into your remembered past and change it, because it can't be changed. Anyway, that's enough for today, I think. Any questions, obviously, drop them below. Yeah, that's about it, really. Speak to you soon.